That's right, you're watching Insights from Africa, and we continue to discuss the evolution of payments. Before the break, we outlined how digital payment systems are taking hold. But cash, nevertheless, still a big part of the money ecosystem on the continent. And this is something informal traders know all too well. Let's take a look.
My name is Kosnath Mbongwe. We're selling a snack and fruits for the Parktown businesses place.
What payment method do most of your customers use?
Most of our customers use cash. Yes.
Do you prefer cash or do you prefer card payments?
Most of the time we prefer cash. For us, people who are selling entrepreneur, you see entrepreneur people prefer cash because the card die. That's the problem.
What are the problems with card transactions?
There are thieves out here. You can pay with your cash and then you reverse it back. And then sometimes a lot of the stores they do extra charges. You see, that's the problem. So we can't tell you that if you wanna buy these things for 10 rand, as any as kon charge from 10 rand or 30 rand upwards. That's the problem. That is why we don't prefer card.
Well, that's just one example of a business that is weighing up payment options, and we take this conversation broader now with Leneshri Moodley, country head for Visa South Africa. Leneshri, thanks so much for joining us. On the show today, we've heard from various people about digital payment systems, and from your perspective, are they growing in popularity, not only from the side of business, but from the side of consumers as well, or are we still seeing that cash is king?
Hi, Bronwyn. Thank you very much for having me on. We are certainly seeing a thriving digital payment ecosystem emerging in South Africa. We actually commissioned a report called The Value of Acceptance. And what we've seen by this is that almost 66% of merchants surveyed say that they prefer card payments, and 60% of consumers also saying that they prefer card payments. So we certainly are seeing a lot more adoption of digital payments, both on the business as well as the consumer side.
And yet there's still huge potential, right? I found a recent statement from Visa that says there is still $1.3 trillion in cash transactions across Africa that are still to be digitized. So really an opportunity to capture that, right?
Absolutely. And I think if you look at the opportunity in the market, it's significant. It's about understanding what are some of the key needs you are trying to solve for in order to enable digital payments. We know that when you help small businesses grow and prosper, it actually uplifts communities and ultimately the economy. And when you look at small businesses, they're looking for help like, how do they take digital payments to ensure more transparency, to get rid of some of the concerns that they face when it comes to taking cash, like robbery or, employees stealing their money, which is some of the key things that came out of the survey. The ability to also be able to effectively manage their inventory and stock by having this all available to them digitally.
Is there a correlation between increased sales and digital payment options? Because I know just from my experience, sometimes if it's a cash-only business, I actually just don't have cash on hand.
Absolutely. So we certainly see through the report that we commissioned that a broad majority, I think it's over 2/3 of everybody surveyed, said that they experience increased revenue as well as footfall into their businesses. And I want to mention something else. I think of 29 of all of the SMEs surveyed, 29% actually said they're losing customers that are coming to them and can only pay by card, which is what you've just mentioned now as well. So there is that fear of losing sales if you are not accepting digital payments.
So losing sales on the one hand, but small businesses are also very cost sensitive. Are we making strides to reduce the cost of digital payment solutions? Because I know for small businesses, some of the options are particularly costly.
Yes, and I do believe that there's a lot more that needs to be done, but we are looking at things like more low-cost acceptance solutions. One such one is a tap-to-phone, where you can actually turn your mobile device into a POS accepting machine. I think the other part of all of this comes down to the value. And as you start to take more digital payments, you do start to see your business grow and scale. You see other capabilities start to unlock, which you don't get when you're cash-only businesses. And some of it I mentioned, like the data and analytics. And then perhaps the last part is, as you are more involved in digital payments, you actually provide access to banks and fintechs to be able to provide loans and access to, to help you grow your businesses.
Lineshri, let's leave it there. Lineshri Moodley is the country head for Visa South Africa. And as she highlights, sales can directly correlate to a vendor having a digital payment solution. And this can extend beyond small businesses and reach segments of society that up until now have been heavily dependent on physical money, like car guards. So let's look into that now with Street Wallet CEO and founder Costa Skoliadis. Costa, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bronwyn.
So often service providers like car guards are met with the saying, I'm sorry, I don't have cash, but maybe next time. And yet you're empowering them to say, it's actually not a problem, I have a digital solution. So walk us through how Street Wallet actually works.
It's really simple, Bronwyn. So what we've tried to do is strip everything that is a hurdle in the experience of a payment. How it works is we provide a QR code, which I've got in front of me, a QR code like this. And anyone from anywhere in the world can scan this QR code. It takes them to a web page where they can pay with Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, SnapScan, Zapper, Scan to Pay. So they don't need a Street Wallet app, just whatever they already have. They click Pay, they authenticate with a trusted app that they already have. And then we settle all the funds the guys earn today the next morning in a cash voucher, which they can redeem from nationwide retailers. So we're able to convert card payments into cash the fastest out of any solution in the market.
In the conversations I've had today, it shows that if you can offer digital payment methods, you can make more money. Are you finding this to be true with your users?
Yes, 100%. We are seeing, in some cases, more than double the revenues from it. In many cases, you've got a lot of tourist markets where the guys are more than happy to spend money. They just don't have the cash or don't want to carry cash for safety purposes. And we've enabled this. We've made it really easy.
How quickly are you growing, Costa? Because I wonder about adoption of all of this, the take-up and your reach.
The way we're growing, and we've seen easier to grow, is through organizations. So a B2B2C model, basically working with shopping malls, working with NGOs or property groups, car wash companies, any service provider that there's a business involved, we're able to facilitate growth, and we get access to all their service providers. So yeah, very fast growth, and our 2025 year in particular is going to be our fastest growth we've experienced.
What do you find to be the biggest challenge in the take-up of a solution like this? Where are you really butting your heads? I know you're saying you're going to get some wonderful growth this year, but what are some of the challenges that you're facing?
The biggest challenge that I've seen from other products is that it requires a lot of KYC and spending of upfront money and data and having a bank account. And we just saying, let's strip all of that away. So customer doesn't need an app. Merchant doesn't need an app. They can receive SMSs. You don't need a bank account because you can receive cash vouchers. And the card machines in the market they're exorbitant prices, like 1,000 Rand. And if they're any less, they're being subsidized prices. Which also comes with having to charge them and data. So what we say, strip that away. You've already got a smartphone in your hand, so let the payer use his device and get the cash to the person without all those hurdles. That's how we've stripped it down. And it also makes it really easy for the businesses that come and partner with us, because they don't have to spend on card machines to get access, whether it's activation businesses, car wash companies. You're providing a really affordable 20 Rand card as opposed to a 1,000 Rand device.
This model doesn't seem like it's unique to the South African market. From what you're saying, it feels like it could work elsewhere in the world, and particularly here in Africa. Do you have such ambitions to go continent-wide or perhaps even global?
Yes, we do. The term Street Wallet is intended to service street traders, people that are on the ground, right? And that can be anywhere from South America to whole of Africa to any emerging market. That's the intention. Right now, this year our focus is to capture the South African market and do it in a variety of ways, including not just the street trader market and car guards, but also wages products. We're providing some products for businesses that need to pay wages and struggling with cash withdrawals. So there's a whole market that we can capture in South Africa alone, let alone other countries yet.
Well, I think that's just showing how ideas born in Africa can really have global significance and a global effect. But let's leave it there for today. Costa, thanks so much for your time. Costa Skoliadis is the CEO and founder of Street Wallet. And with that, we can cash up for the day. But if you still want to watch more of our content, you can head over to the Business Day TV YouTube channel. And under the playlist tab, you'll find Insights from Africa, where all our previous episodes are archived for you to watch and enjoy whenever you like. And if you want to be in the know about what we'll be discussing next, then be sure to follow us on all our social media channels like TikTok and LinkedIn. But for now, let's leave it there. From me, Bronwyn Seaborn, and the rest of the team, it's goodbye for now. Insights from Africa is brought to you in partnership with Standard Bank.